Welcome back to the wood panel. We got 3 generations of Kinmans here. Ronnie, and Harrison.
What's up, what's up, what's up?
We finally got Papaw Ronnie here. I've been telling people, yesterday I was at the wedding, I was like, y'all ain't gonna know what hits you when Papaw Ronnie gets on the podcast.
So I can get him, don't do that.
Hey, put this thing in your face.
If I can get him to say anything.
Is it in my face?
You can just talk. It's
you
fine.
can sit back and then bring it to you so you can relax.
Teaching people how to get on the podcast. It doesn't matter.
Right there?
Up here's fine. That's good.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll make it work.
So first, let me tell you guys something that happened at the wedding. I ain't gonna tell you who did it because it's messed up. So the guy that I had at the wedding with me, I was telling these girls, I was like, hey, this guy's coming to the wedding.
Go ahead. So what happened at this wedding?
Yeah, so this guy that I'm working with, he's got a headset in, and we hand a mic to these girls. And earlier in the day, I was like, hey, yeah, he's gonna come here. It's a heartthrob, blah blah blah. I was like saying, he's a good looking guy, and he can hear her talking on the headset, and she goes, Logan said he was hot, but I don't see it. So basically, and he didn't know he could hear it.
Yeah.
Look, y'all gotta get me a hat.
Why? Here, buddy.
Everybody got a hat on
Wear
backwards.
mine.
You ain't got one on backwards.
I'm cool. Go ahead. Wear mine.
I'm cool.
Ain't no way in hell
I'm
he's
like
doing
everybody
this. Ain't no way.
Yeah, that's a way. That ain't funny.
What are you doing?
Raise him out. Raise him.
Got your hat
So
on.
she someone basically told somebody that
They're ugly.
they're ugly.
Yeah. What's your favorite story of buckwheat?
Which buckwheat?
This buckwheat.
Oh, okay. The best story
Yeah.
would have to be the motorcycle. When I first got him a motorcycle.
What, when he was racing? Was he
Well,
racing dirt bikes?
Yeah, got him at 50. He was 5.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think he was 5. He wasn't in school yet.
I mean, you would know. I wouldn't.
And put him on, and I was trying to tell him, this is what you do here, this is the brake, this is that. I said, this is the gas. And when I said that, he hit it.
Yeah.
Took off. And he was jumping rocks. He was jumping gullies. He was trying to jump something every time he turned around.
Is he?
And he was riding, looking
It
up,
works.
and the line from the telephone it caught him in the helmet, flipped him off of it. Of course, now Denise, she didn't like it.
She probably still wouldn't like it.
She was afraid he was gonna get hurt, and I was hoping
That he did?
no, hell no, that he didn't.
I'd be like,
Oh, but
yeah.
he did. He got hurt a few times.
Oh man.
When you jumped that driveway,
Oh yeah, Leslie's.
yeah, he jumped it. I mean, he was at least, I'm gonna say 8 foot in the air,
8 foot and 5 years old.
every bit of it, and shot across the yard, and it was perfect. Andy in his wheelchair. I didn't see it. He's riding down through there. I didn't see it. I said, all right, buckwheat, one more time. He goes down, turns, comes back, and hits it, and it bottoms out.
Yeah.
He flips it.
Oh my God.
So him and the bike's going through the air. He hits. I said, don't touch him. Afraid something's wrong. So I got up there too. He went, I know what I did wrong. I said, well, then do it again. He did it again. It was perfect. He was crazy
I was just.
on the bike. It was crazy. It was crazy.
He said he looked in the shed one day. It was just gone.
Oh, that's when,
Did that happen?
yes, that did happen.
Yeah, I looked in the
Hey,
shed, motherfucker.
and I see a rollback going by with a little bitty bike on it. And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah.
Did you not pay for it, or they stole it?
No, they stole it.
They stole it.
Hey, you don't
did?
make payments on the mini bike. You buy it.
I'm broke. I don't understand that.
I'm layaway, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best was a bicycle. When
I'll
he
put a
started
candy
riding
bar on
bicycle.
layaway if they let me.
He started riding a bicycle before he could, I mean, really, he couldn't even talk.
He tried to tell me he started riding a bicycle at 2 years old.
Yep, he had on a diaper.
That's insane.
Yeah, got people that's got it on video.
I've been trying to tell people.
Screaming, oh my God, that kid's riding a bike. Look at him. Everybody, he's just riding around, just pedaling. Then he just stopped. Wait till it.
I've been trying to tell people I'm built different, ain't I, Dad?
Huh?
I'm built different, ain't I?
You're built different. Okay, now whoa.
Yeah,
Wait a second here. How you built?
We're both built different.
Then what? As
Then
opposed to what?
These normal guys.
We ain't normal?
Yeah. No, we're above average.
Oh, well, I'll go along with that.
Yeah.
Whoa. Where are you going?
Dad, how does it feel? Now I know these guys are gonna get mixed up because we're saying Grandpa, Dad. I call him Dad, so everybody get down with that. So, how does it feel?
There's 3 Ronnies. This
There's
Ronnie
3 of
1,
us.
Ronnie 3. We're missing Ronnie 2.
Yes, Ronnie 2. We were missing Ronnie 2. How does it feel to be how many siblings you got?
How many do I have?
Yeah.
5.
You got 5 siblings.
Oh, no. I got
know you
12
don't.
sisters, 1 brother.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
12 sisters.
How does it feel?
Yeah, how was that when you were young with all of them? I mean, how was that?
Well, I got beat up by girls all the time.
Who's the baddest sister you got?
The baddest?
Like one you just would not mess with whatsoever.
I mess with all of them.
You think you can beat all
Who
their
would
asses?
fight back? Well, Samantha was the one you had to watch for. She stabbed you.
Yeah.
She stabbed me with a fork. She did. I mean, if you got mad at one sister, then 6 of them's on you.
Yeah.
How many of them lived in the house at the same time?
8.
Where'd you guys grow up?
We didn't grow up in that house. No. Me and my brother, we used the bathroom outside till probably 15, 16.
How old are you?
62.
When you were born?
62.
You were born in 62?
Yeah. And I'm 62.
Oh, shit.
Ain't that cool?
Yeah, that is pretty cool,
Only
honestly.
happens once.
You're born in 62, he's 62.
I'm 62. Because I was born in 62. Everybody that was born in 62 is 62.
We get it.
Got it now?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool, can't lie.
For sure, yeah.
So you
I mean,
guys,
anybody born
where
in
did you grow up for real? Dry Ridge?
Where?
Peaceful Hollow, right?
I think most of my grown-up years was in Grant County, yeah. I lived in different states because my dad's a Army guy.
Did you finish high school?
Yes, I did.
Barely.
What year? What year?
79.
79. I'm kind of young to that.
Oh, you think? You think?
What's the difference in the 70s and now?
Where do you want me to start?
Wherever
The
you-
air.
the air.
Everything. Hey, this ain't the world I was grown up in.
What's the world you grew up in?
Oh, you had absolutes. I mean, there was things that you knew not to do, not because your mom or dad or anybody, because it just was wrong.
Yeah.
And now everybody's for themselves. If you ain't bothering the guy down the street, they don't care what you do, and that ain't right.
So Dry Ridge was more of a place of like helping the community. Everybody would help each other. Is that what you're saying? or what?
Yeah, we did a lot of bartering, as they call it.
Yeah, bartering.
You fix this, I'll fix that. Yeah, we did a lot of that. But there was a lot of crazy people too. I mean, yeah, we had neighbors that were.
I heard a story. I was going to ask you about it. Was it about you and the Rubies ramping this damn motorcycle into the barn?
No, that was Kyle,
Kyle Ruby?
me and Charlie and Kenny.
Uncle
old
Charlie?
Kenny, yeah,
Uncle Charlie?
was working on something welding, and Kyle was throwing stuff in a pile in the driveway. Of course, we wasn't paying no attention really. And finally, he threw the board up,
Okay.
piece of plywood. And I said, Kenny, what you doing out there? He said, ain't no telling what that boy's doing. And we just kept on doing what we was doing. So I looked around, and he goes to the end of the driveway, and here he goes, wee, wee. He hits it, jumps in the air, and smack right in the side of the barn. Yeah, and falls down, breaks his arm. Kenny said, what was you doing? What are you doing? He said, I'm trying to jump the barn.
Try to jump the whole barn.
Yeah, I tried to jump the barn. And it was probably 10 to 15 feet away from the barn. And he had to sit like this. All the stuff he was up. Yeah, Kyle did that. Yeah, them boys were crazy. They do all kinds of crazy things.
Okay, some of our fans already know a whole lot about you.
They do.
Yeah, so do you want to tell any? Let's just go off of. Tell us about yourself. Tell them about yourself.
I'm 62.
I don't know that much about you, really. I just know
What do you
that.
want to know about me?
I want to know.
I like country music.
Okay. What do you do right now? What do you do on the daily?
On the daily, take care of old people.
You take care of old people?
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Been doing that since I was 10.
How much?
What kind of jobs did you have growing up?
Well, that's a good one. Yeah.
Farming.
You know how to farm?
Sure.
Do you?
Farming. We did farming. I'd cut tobacco and set tobacco and everything with tobacco. I could do that. Mm-hmm. I was a cook in a restaurant.
You still know how to cook?
Best cook in 9 counties.
That's good in 9 counties. Which 9?
Yeah. Huh?
Which 9?
Do I got to name them?
No, you don't got to. I was just wondering.
You ever had us cooking? You think it's good?
Absolutely.
I
I
grew
think.
up on eating it.
Yeah, I think all you guys eat is
Salt.
salt dogs, salt burgers, salt steak.
He thinks we put salt on too much, though.
Do you eat your steak? Do you eat your steak raw, like Buckwheat does?
Yeah.
That's disgusting. It's not even. It's cold, and then got salt on it.
It's warm.
His ain't.
Mine's a little cool in the middle.
I'd tell him, fix it.
No, it's good
a
that
rare
way.
steak is not supposed to be cold nowhere.
It's supposed to be a cool center.
No, it's not neither. It's supposed to be a warm all the way through with a little bit of browning on the top. I know how to cook a rare steak.
You heard it here.
It's 2 and 2. 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other.
Now,
That's
you used to
it?
have your own business. Now, you did your own cleaning business. How'd you start that?
My first business was Ken Mat.
Ken Matt?
Mm-hmm.
What's
I
that?
got automotive floor mats from Rubber Queen, and then I'd go to different car lots and sell them floor mats.
That don't sound like a pretty bad gig.
Oh, it was a good one.
What happened?
Well, they wanted somebody to buy all of them, and I told them I'd take them. Then they said, we need $4 million in escrow. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I ain't got that. So I didn't get no more.
So I didn't get no more.
You're like,
And that was over.
what the hell's escrow?
But I would make,
Who's escrow? And I ain't got no $4 million in here.
Yeah, he said, you want it? He said, you come and get them all the time. We're going to give you first chance. You want all of them? Yeah. We need $4 million in escrow. I went, what? Because there's Rubber Queens all over. It was like 40,
Well, honey.
I think it was 40 tractor trailers a month, full of it.
Okay, so that one, that fell through when you couldn't obviously buy all those. And then you started, was it Houdini?
And no, I
No.
went to Value City.
Value City.
What,
The
selling
furniture?
No, I was delivery first, and then I went to selling. And then I went from there to,
You think you're a good salesman?
what do you want? I'll sell it to you.
Here, actually, I got a question for you.
If I believe it.
Sell
Yeah.
me this table.
What's that?
Can you sell me this table?
Can I sell you this table?
Yeah.
No,
Why?
because you don't want to buy it.
Why don't I?
Listen, there's 3 kinds of people.
Yeah.
There's ones that's going to buy no matter what,
Yeah.
ain't going to buy no matter what.
Yeah.
The third, you got to sell them.
What am I?
You ain't buying it.
You ain't
I
got
know
no,
you.
you ain't got
I
no
know
money.
You ain't buying it.
Can't afford it.
Yeah, you can't afford
I
it.
can't give you $4 million escrow, Logan. I'm sorry.
Dude.
$4 million in escrow. That was,
Okay, and then so you did Value City for a while. What happened to that?
I left Value City.
Because from what I've heard, and I've heard because I bought some furniture up there one time, and I brought your name up there, and one guy's been there for. He might die in there, but he said he remembered you, and he said you could sell snow to an Eskimo.
Ice cream. You an Eskimo, is that what he said?
So he said snow to an Eskimo. He said Eximo.
Yeah.
I mean, if I believe it, I got to believe it. If I don't believe it, then I can't sell it. If it's a piece
What
of
do you
shit,
mean? Like
I'm
it-
going to say it's a piece of shit.
Hey, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I had people come in, 300 pounds, want to buy a 1999 bar stool. No. No. That ain't going to work. They say, why not? Well, I'm, because it's not going to hold you. They didn't like it, but that's the way it went.
What kind of bar stool would hold them?
What kind of bar stool was it?
No, what kind of bar stool would hold a 300-pounder?
Wood?
What one of those made of?
Not one of them, you know, Taiwan.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, but I mean, we did a lot of stuff for her. I mean, I did. I went with them on a buyout, and I bought a TV dresser,
Yeah.
which was a mahogany dresser, and a TV went in it, and the TV come out of it.
That's pretty slick.
Yeah, and it only cost me $200.
Did Buckley tell you I'm opening like an antique store?
You are?
Yeah.
I haven't told him that yet. I haven't told him that yet.
Like stuff from 50s, 60s, and 70s.
Stuff like you're seeing around here. Like
I got
Yeah.
a ton.
he does have a lot
I
of
got
stuff.
a ton
Where's it at?
at the house.
I need to come look at it.
Yeah, you do. Bring your wallet
I'm broke.
because it's antique.
I know antique stuff is not cheap.
All right, Dad. So
No, I got-
after
I got
Value
lots of-
City, get back on track here. After Value City, did you do Houdini then?
After Value City, where'd I go? No, I went to. Yes, I did.
You did Houdini after that?
No, I didn't do Houdini. I went with Failers.
What's Failures?
My sister told me that her friend had a cleaning company, and he was in the red. I said, "Okay, what do you want me to do?" She said, "Well, you can sell anything to anybody. Will you do some accounts while you're out doing your thing?" I said, "Okay, I'll do it." So I would tell people, "Get your carpet cleaned by Failers," and they do it. And I mean, that went on for like a month, and then I went to the office and I said, "Steve,"
He's talking right now. Hold on.
he said, "Man, you have brought in so much." I said, "No, I need to know what I'm doing. I can tell somebody to get their carpet cleaned and they'll do it because I said so. I need to know what the hell we're doing here." He said, "Well, here's some books and books." I said, "No, I need to do it.
Oh, you want to clean it?
I wanted to clean it."
Okay.
He said, "Well, you can go tonight with a guy named Steve." I said, "Okay." He said, "He's got a couple places to clean and you can learn how that's doing it." So I go there, and this guy didn't know what he was doing. And I told him, "Give me the wand," and I started cleaning it.
Oh, wait. You went with the guy that does it, and he didn't know what he was doing?
No, he didn't know what he was doing.
Oh, okay.
He didn't know what he was doing.
he didn't know what the dude's been doing it for a while, right?
No.
Oh, no?
No.
Who's Steve, the owner?
No, there's 3 Steves that work there, okay? Steve Baylor was the owner. He didn't go.
So you got the dumbass Steve.
Yeah, dumb Steve.
I got dumb Steve.
And we cleaned Frisch's, and we cleaned Olive Garden.
Yeah?
I cleaned Frisch's, and I cleaned Olive Garden.
Without
I
Steve.
just took it from him at the beginning because he was driving me nuts, and I did it. So early that morning, which I got home like 3 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock, then he wakes me up and says, "Steve called and wants you to come to the office." I thought, "Oh, God, I screwed something up." So all the way down there, I'm thinking, I don't know what I've done wrong, but obviously something. So I get in there, and Carl, his brother's in there, and we're talking. I don't know. He said, "Well, Steve wants to talk to you." I said, "Okay, well, I'll wait on him." So Steve comes in, and he says, "Frisch is called." I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "Steve didn't do that last night. I did it. Whatever's wrong, I messed it up." He said, "You cleaned it?" I said, "Yeah." He didn't. He had it bouncing around, and I just went out there and did it myself. And he said, "Well, they said that whoever did it last night, if they don't do it from now on, we're going to lose all their business." So obviously I did it right.
Yeah.
And then I went from there to, they had 30-some employees,
Mm-hmm.
and I fired all of them at 2. Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had 2 more that had worked before came on,
Mm-hmm.
and it was 2 trucks.
Yeah.
And 6 months, we had to buy another truck. A year, had to buy another truck. And then that's when he fell for Judy.
Yeah, and then you took over?
No, he lost it.
I'm talking about Houdini. You're talking about...
I started Houdini after that.
You started Houdini after that, and which was a carpet cleaning business, correct?
Yes, it was. Carpet cleaning, stripping wax, floors, that kind of thing. water extractions, flood.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of money in that. They got a lot of companies that do that. Like this basement flooded. They came in here and they're like $6,000. They do not.
What?
$6,000.
See, I never agree with that shit.
All they do is bring a dehumidifier in here, run it for a couple days. Seriously.
I mean, I've had them. I've had them be 4 inches deep.
Yeah.
And clean them out. It's like 100.
That is the man, yeah.
Between $100 and $150 an hour, and it takes like 2-3 hours, and that's it.
Nah, you'd be rich if you were doing that today.
No, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't charge that.
Well, you could.
I know I could.
You want to hold it?
I cleaned the lady's house at Triple Crown.
Just don't push the buttons. Okay, I'll hold it.
And she started crying when I gave her the bill, and I'm like, "Look, lady, I don't apologize for my prices." And she said, "No, look here, it was $1,000
That's nice.
from somebody else. I charged her $250.
Okay.
I wasn't there that long.
So that's pretty much. Do you remember any of the stories that I've told on this podcast that you want to bring up? Did I get any of them wrong?
I don't think so. I mean,
Pretty accurate.
You was in the Army.
Huh?
You was in the Army, right? You joined the Army. How old were you then?
17,
Where'd you go?
Fort Knox.
You didn't go anywhere. They didn't send you after that.
Oh, they sent me.
Where they sent you?
Huh?
Where they sent you?
They didn't send me. I got sent to prison.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
You got in trouble while you were in?
Yeah, it was one of ours, as they call it.
Well, honey.
He wouldn't get out of my car.
So you got him out.
Yeah. I mean, it was just one of those things.
We'll go.
I
Explain
told him
it.
to get out of my car, and he wouldn't get out.
Do that thing he did to you.
Makes me mad. I'm gonna hit him again. Anyway,
Tell
there
the
was
story.
3 guys with me, and so he just got to the bus station, and I told him, get out of my car, because they started bullshit. I said, get out, and the 2 in the back jumped out. Guy in the front said, I ain't getting out. I said, yeah, you're getting out. I ain't getting out. And I said, yeah, you're getting out. He said, well, there ain't nobody mean enough to get me out. Well, I got out of the car. It was a Buick LeSabre. As I'm walking around, he's rolling up the window, seatbelt, locking the door. I said, Holston, get out of my car. Get out of the car now. They were saying, get out, man, before you pitch him off. I said, get out. He said, I ain't getting out. You can't get me out. And I said, Holston, if you don't get out. He looks over at the window and he goes, I said, you motherfucker, I'll kill you. And I punched through the window, hit him in the, he went this way and everything caught him, and hit him right here. Killed him.
By a punch through the window.
That's what it said.
That's crazy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, I got 40 years for that.
Now,
40 years?
40.
What the hell?
so what'd you do with him afterwards?
I didn't run with him. I told them, get him out of my car.
What'd they do with him?
Get him out, throw him over the bridge.
That's where the 40 years came from.
No, the 40 years come from the charge. I got 40 and they got 15.
Well, how'd you get out?
Pretty smart. Well, some guy told me while I was in there to use the system to my advantage.
So you did.
I did.
What's prison like?
Yeah, that's a good. What
What's it
is
like?
Yeah.
How long did you serve?
Let me see. 4
4 years?
in there, 1 in jail. I was 11 months in jail before I went to prison. Let me think here. What is it like?
Well, where'd you go?
Huh?
What prison would you go to?
The first one I went to was LaGrange.
Okay.
And then from there I went to Bettyville, which is the state prison.
Yeah.
And there's no way to explain it for out here. I mean, put yourself in a room and don't leave.
With a
For
bunch
couple
of
years.
scary guys.
Mhm.
People that ain't got no sense.
Were you scared?
Never.
You're him, wasn't you?
Huh?
You were just tough.
No, I'm tough. Mean. There's a difference.
Yeah. He wouldn't test you.
Anyway, what?
Test you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got the shit beat out of me, believe it. Because I couldn't shut up.
What would you say?
No, this one guy was bitching, and they had 3 rocks. Nah, me and Donald Sargent was sitting up there talking with Breather visit, and this guy was bitching, and I said, man, why don't you go someplace else? We don't want to hear it shit. And he said, well, this ain't your rock. And I took my hand, and it's like putting my hand on his face. Little bitty guy, and I just shoved him down off her. He guy said, buddy, you shouldn't have done that. And I jumped down and said, what the fuck you going to? He had me beat, kicked in the stomach, puking. I'm like, good God. Yeah. Whooped my ass. I didn't.
That the
say nothing to
first
him
time you
no more.
got your ass whooped?
No.
What's the worst ass beating you ever took?
The worst ass whooping I ever took. That would have to be Billy Corbin. We became buddies over it.
What'd he give you?
He beat the shit out of me.
For what?
I don't even remember it was over. But he beat me up, and I thought, you know what, you son of a bitch. I went down, and I was pumping iron, I was just doing everything. And I'd seen him. I'd say, there he is. Watch this. And I come from Aunt Sarah's. Wham!
I come from Aunt Sarah's.
I mean, way back here, and I'd hit him. He'd knock him around, he'd get up and whoop my ass. I'd go back.
A bad son of a bitch.
No. And here I was like 20,
Yeah.
and I seen him. I said, watch this, watch this.
You'd fight him every time you seen him?
He didn't even know I was coming.
He didn't even know I was coming.
And I had my hand like this right here with a rock in it. I just wham, knocked him over. Got up and whooped my ass.
Oh my God.
The third time, I told me and Donald was together. I said, Donald, watch this shit. I said, there he is in the line, the chow line. I took the middle tray. Aunt Sarah's buddy. Pow! Knocked him over, thought I knocked him out, and got up and beat the shit out of him.
Oh my God.
They
Did you
put
ever
us in
give
the
up
hole.
on him?
Huh?
Did you ever give up on him?
Yeah, right then.
Right then.
We was in the hole. He was across from me. And I said, hey, better man than I am.
I mean,
And we became friends.
you guys,
And he come to my house after he got out.
really? Did you try to beat his ass?
No. He was, what do they call it? Cockstrong or...
Just-
He didn't work out. He didn't do nothing.
he's just
That's dumb
strong.
strength.
Yeah, that's dumb strength.
He could do it. He could take a 55-gallon,
Drum.
not a drum, but a Rubbermaid
Yeah.
with food in it.
Yeah.
At the end of the chow line, pick one up here and pick one up here and take them out and dump them. I didn't know that.
I didn't know
At first. If I'd known that first, I'd never mess with him. I'd never done nothing to him.
Put that hat on forward. What does it look like?
Huh?
Put the hat on
Backward.
forward.
Well, I don't care what it looks like. I ain't looking at it.
You got swag, bro.
Don't worry about his hat.
Uh-huh. That's Daddy's hat. Daddy's hat.
Harry, get your hat, buddy. Your hat's right here. Okay, then get his hat. Tell him to give it to you.
Oh, let me tell you a good one here.
All right.
I was working at Vegas City, and this lady was married to the man that owned the bar down there at what's that called, Ludlow. And he died. So she got a bunch of money. She was coming down and bought $8,000 worth of furniture, paid for it. She come back next week. She bought a 3-piece table set.
Mm-hmm.
Wrote a check for it. Everything was fine. She come by and bought a $19, looked like a, almost like a wicker,
Yeah.
and wrote a check for it. Well, check bounced.
For the $19 one?
Mm-hmm. Larry said, go get it. Go get the money or get the check. Me and Randy. Me and Randy.
Randy, your son?
No.
Randy, guy you worked with.
Yeah. Hibbert. Randy Hibbert. We go to this lady's house. I knock on the door, and she comes to the door. And I can tell she'd been drinking.
Yeah.
I said, we're here to, I said, you wrote a check for the table, and I need to make the check good, give me cash, or I need to take the table. Okay, wait a minute. So she goes in, comes back out with a gun.
This
I'm
is
like,
over
"Whoa,
$19.
Where'd you get that TV at? She had a big screen TV. I said, where'd you get that TV at? That's pretty cool. She said, look. She said, you're not getting my table. And I got the TV from Van Lunen. I said, okay. I said, look, we can settle this a different way here. Let me call them and see if you can keep it. She said, yeah, call them. So I get him on the phone. Well, when I get her on the phone, I say, let me talk to Mike. What's the matter? I said, I need to talk to Mike. What are you doing? I said, I need to talk to Mike. I mean,
I got a gun
so
sitting
Mike
here
gets
at
on
my
the
forehead.
phone. I say, Mike, I said, the things that he said, look, Larry said, get it or leave. Take it or get the money or take it. One of the two. I said, well, right now we can't do that. He said, yeah, you can. Just take it. And hangs up on me. I looked at the lady. I said, they're going to check to see. I'm waiting and thinking, what the hell am I going to do here? Because I ain't going to piss her off. You know, and the hair ain't on the back of my neck ain't stood up,
Quit
so I
stepping on my
wasn't
shoes.
really worried about it.
Go. You're good.
I called back. I said, Faye, I said, hey, talk to Mike. She said, look, Ronnie, are you and Randy drinking? I said, no, we're not. I said, I need to talk to Mike. She said, well, Larry done said, get the money or take the table. I said, I know that. Let me talk to Mike. So Mike gets back on the
Let me
phone.
talk to Mike.
So he talked to Mike. So Mike gets on the phone. He says, what is it, bitch? What is it? What's the matter? Is there something wrong? I went, yeah. He said, there is? Yeah. He said, like what? I said, yeah. Yeah. I mean, is it, are you in trouble? I said, no, I don't want to be.
I don't want to be.
He said, I mean, what? I mean, they hold you a gun, got a gun on you? I went, yeah. He went, oh, shit. And hung up. I said, you're going to get to keep it. You're going to get to keep it. And when I finally got out, the cops went and got her. I get to the store and I said, all I want to know is, do I get hostage pay?
Do I get hostage pay?
Oh, man, that made him so mad.
So you could tell if something's bad by the hair standing up on the back of your neck.
Hey,
You got a sixth sense.
go to the camera and say cheese.
If the hair stands up on the back of my neck, something's going to happen.
You hear that, Buckwheat?
About the hair on his neck. If it stands
Oh,
up.
Larry was so mad at me. He said, you could have been killed. I went, no, Larry. I mean, I said, the hair didn't stand up on the back of my neck. He said, well, it stood up on mine. I said, well, you wasn't there. I was there for 3.5 hours.
That's pretty good.
You know what Randy said?
Randy, your buddy Randy?
Yeah, Randy Brummett.
No,
She'd have
sir.
shot you out. She'd have shot you out and punched her right in the head.
She shot you.
I said, well, thanks.
Come here.
What are you doing?
Come here.
Whoa.
You look like you've been drinking, Harrison. Harrison.
Well, I have another grandchild.
Yeah, you got another grandchild on the way.
No,
He had
I
one.
got one on the way. I got one now.
Oh,
Harrison,
who?
quit touching that.
Hey, come here.
Hey,
Come here.
That'd be my 18th
don't touch
grandson.
that.
You got
Watch your
18
mouth,
grandkids?
No, 18 grandsons.
Grandsons?
4 granddaughters. 2 great grandsons.
You talk to them all?
Every chance I get.
How do you keep up with them all?
I don't try to.
You think you could name them all?
Do you want me to?
If you got 18, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can start with which kid and who's got what. Now, I don't want to get confused with Ronnie.
He's got the most.
Ronnie?
Yeah, I said he's got the most. That's why you would get confused.
He's got
with-
8.
He's got 7, bro.
He's got 7?
I'm
Cody's
pretty
got
sure.
7.
Cody got 7 kids? Cody Kinman.
Yeah, call him out.
Oh, shit, buddy,
Hey, at Christmas?
you been
At
cooking.
Christmas, they said, Mom's got 42. Yeah, 42 grandcomes. And Samantha hollers out, half of them's Ronnie's. I said, okay. Half of them's mine then.
Half of them mine then.
You guys are all named the same thing. Ronald
Yeah.
Dwayne. That's pretty normal name.
Pretty normal. It's named after my mother's cousin.
Buckwheat hates it.
That is a pretty lame ass name.
And
I don't know.
Do you like it?
my name? I don't care about shit.
But do you like it though?
I mean, like it. I mean, I don't like no name. But I mean, I'm fine with it.
What would you rather your name be?
What it is, fine.
Explain to these people how buckwheat came about.
My dad was.
I
my
was
dad's
told-
Dad.
What?
My dad's dad was called Buck.
Okay.
They called my dad Little Buck.
Mm.
Called me Buckwheat.
Where did buck come from though?
I don't know.
You kidding me?
Oscar? No, I have no idea where it came from. They just called him Buck. You know, people say kids today call it Bubby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Big Old Buck.
That's my dad's name, as far as I knew.
Yeah.
Bubby Kinman.
Yeah.
They-
With
he
the
got
buck, then you were little buck. No, buck. Your dad was little buck. You were buckwheat.
Mhm.
Then my dad was little
Buckwheat.
buckwheat, and I was baby buckwheat.
Baby Buckwheat.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
How the Buckwheats got together.
Well, now that's all he goes by.
Well, yeah,
He
I
won't
can
even.
understand that.
Why?
Everybody called you that. Back in the day, you didn't do that. You didn't call nobody by them names. There's at school, no nicknames at school. Now it's nicknames, period.
That's how our barber instructor is. He won't give you. He won't even let you have a nickname.
Dude called me Mr. Ronald the whole time. I hated it.
Hey, what?
He's old school. He'd call him Mr. Ronald.
We call him, that ain't old school, that's retarded. Call him Mr. Kidman. Mr. Ronald.
That's what he called him, Mr. Ronald. That's his name, ain't it?
Mr. Ronald? No. His name's Ronald Kidman. You can call him Mr. Kidman.
No, Mr. Ronald. That's him.
Wouldn't have that.
Were you a ladies' man back in the day?
Go to another subject. This is live, ain't it?
I mean,
No,
we
it
can-
ain't live.
Live is good.
It's not live.
It-
It's not live.
well, yeah and no.
Why and no?
Yeah, because I did, and no, because I didn't get caught. I meant all I can tell you.
Buckwheat, he thinks he is a ladies' man.
I was a ladies' man, I thought.
He wasn't.
You think I was, Dad?
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Define a ladies' man.
Okay.
Yeah.
One that never had had really a hard time,
Picking up a lady.
picking up a lady, hanging out with girls. Never got nervous talking to
That
her.
ain't a ladies' man.
Okay, what's your
A ladies' man
definition?
is, ladies after you.
Are you
Oh,
talking
you're
like
about a hoe?
you talking like a hoe, or are you talking like?
A hoe?
I'm
What, Captain Save a hoe? No. No. I'm talking about girls come to you.
Oh, you didn't go for the girls. Girls came for you.
I'm trying to get away from them.
Oh, you were that. You were
What you
captain.
gonna call it? My
Captain.
daddy said I was out there for it, and that's what I was out there for. I found out later that no, that ain't what I was out there for.
How old were you when you first had a kid?
When I first had a kid,
Yep.
17.
God
How old
almighty.
was she?
Hmm?
How old was she?
I'm gonna plead the fifth because I may incriminate myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can still go to jail over it or not. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Younger than me. And I was 17.
Okay.
I guess you guys are both too young. You think Buckley can make it in jail?
Why couldn't he?
Because I'm him.
I don't know. He'd be crying. He misses.
Everybody's one mistake from carrying a mattress under their arm.
I don't know. He loves being around people. He'd be in there. He'd be going crazy. He'd be the kind of guy that, you got to get me out of here. I'm about to jump off this bridge.
Probably.
bridge?
You gonna jump off the bunk bed neck first?
Jump off the bunk. No, he'd be all right.
What'd they call you in prison? What'd they call you in jail?
Psycho.
No. You stupid, bro.
In prison.
You're so
You said prison first.
I meant jail.
What they call me? OG.
How did that come about?
How did? Cause I got my number.
It was 1.
84707.
Is that
Theirs
low?
is 1987639 or something like that.
You've been doing it for a long time.
No, you keep one number once you're a state.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
my
so-
state number.
So that was the number you got. That was the number they were at when you got it.
Yeah.
Right?
So he was
Yeah.
in the 80s. He's in
So
the 80s.
you were in there, yeah. You were OG.
He is
And they said,
OG.
"Goddamn, how long you been here?" I said, "That's back from the '70s." I keep the same number.
What was
like,
the first
what?
thing you ever got in trouble for?
Murder. I mean, goddamn.
Is that when you realized, like, I ain't got no sense in the world?
Huh?
You think you got sense?
Well, I know I do.
So you just got more sense than everybody else?
No. No. I don't got more sense than everybody else. A lot of people.
You got more sense than a lot of
A
people.
lot of people.
That was just an accident. It wasn't like you meant to kill him, though, right?
Well, here's how I put it.
Well,
I said
honey.
it, but I mean, that's not what I was thinking would happen. That's what got me into trouble.
Click it, hit it,
That's what got me into trouble.
push it, push it.
Because I said I was going to do it.
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, I mean, come on. If you're going to kill somebody, wouldn't you like shoot them?
I mean, yeah.
You just punch them through a window?
I've never even heard of
Come
that.
on.
I mean, you must have the
Well,
best
that's how I
secret.
got my time down.
Yeah.
Once I got in there, I went to law school, and I figured out that, that that's not murder,
Yeah, it's
manslaughter.
that's manslaughter, yeah.
And I got changed, got out.
That's
And
pretty
I walked off 19 years parole.
that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll take it.
Bro, I'm not
almost
even
got,
gonna lie to you. My entire childhood, I never even knew you were on parole.
we never told you.
Yeah, why would you?
Yeah, why would you know?
I guess, yeah, but that's crazy.
I never thought nothing about it.
I felt like I graduated when I
saw
was
kids and
when I
they
was
bang, bang,
graduating.
bang.
I want to say like right before I graduated, you were like, "Yep, I'm off parole." I'm like, what? What do you mean you're off parole?
When'd you get on there?
He's like, "Oh, about 20 years ago." What?
Yeah, I did it all. Done it all, no problem.
I mean, yeah, you're 63 years old.
But see,
62.
let's like the time when I shot Brian and Josh.
Mm-hmm.
My parole officer, when I come home, this was back in the 80s, I could never buy a gun. I could never have one in my house.
Yeah.
But I could borrow one to go hunting.
Hmm.
Because we went hunting every year.
That don't sound crazy. That don't sound like right.
Yeah. Who told
what?
you that? The parole officer told you that?
Yeah, that was the rules.
Okay.
Well, they changed them. Why didn't I?
Bro, I think if I had to, fact check this, I want to say being a felon or manslaughter. Whatever.
You are not allowed to buy one. You can't have one. But you can borrow one to hunt.
That means you have one.
No.
He's
You can borrow
borrowing it.
one.
I don't
got
think
three.
I would let a murderer borrow a gun.
I've got 3. I've got 3, but they're not at my house. Because I ain't allowed to have them.
But you borrow them.
No, I don't know more. Because they said I can't.
They said I
I
can't.
found out after I shot him. Barney.
But how'd you get out of that?
How did you get out of that? I ain't never seen anybody go to prison for killing somebody and then accidentally shoot somebody and then get to go home same day.
Because they're smart.
Who?
The people that was after me, I reckon. They're smart and know that, that's just the way it happens. If I'd have wanted somebody dead, I mean, my gosh, I'd have killed them.
I mean, he almost died.
If I'd have wanted them dead, they'd have been dead.
I mean, yeah.
I wouldn't have called.
It was an accident.
It was absolutely an accident.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Freak accident.
I
It was
mean,
crazy.
him was. I was mad at him for walking her up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, why are you over there?
But when he said, I said, "Where'd it get you?" Went everywhere. And Brian was screaming and blood squirting out her neck. And I said, "Brian, quit screaming, you're gonna bleed out." I said, "Josh, where'd it get you?" Went everywhere and opened up his coat and it was like, whoa. I just took my foot and rode him down the hill. I said, "He's done." I said, "He's
You rode him
You-
down the hill?
Yeah. I said, "You gotta calm down. You're gonna bleed out on me. Give me your phone." She gave me the phone, and I called him and said, look, don't come down here with
You rolled him down the
ambulance
hill.
stuff, bring the helicopter. Because he's down over the hill in the thicket. She said, well, can you tell me who the shooter is? I said, yeah, Lady Me. Well, don't go nowhere. I said, I'm not. And then it was on like Donkey Kong.
Why?
Because they wanted to arrest him.
You told him no, I'm not getting arrested.
Yeah. I said, I ain't getting arrested today and I'm going to the hospital. No, you got to stay here. I said, Bobby, told Bobby Webb, I said, you better tell him. I'm going to the hospital. My daughter's there.
That's funny.
And then I think about 2 weeks later, I went to the courthouse and Lorenz, I went to Lorenz's office and I said, how much money would it take to get Ronnie out? And he looked and he said, nah, he signed a year. He's going to have to do a year. I said, okay.
Jeez, Pete Slogan.
No problem. I said, yeah. I said, yeah, and I want to thank you for, he said, wait a minute. You're the shooter? I said, yeah, I want to thank you for, he was, no, don't thank me now. Because if the paperwork comes in, I'm going to arrest you. I said, for what? He said, because you're a felon, you had a gun. And that's when I told him. Bill Cole, call Bill Cole. He was my pro officer, and that's exactly what he told me. And they did not get me for it. Because I was told that, and they know that.
Yeah.
That's still crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
They got their money, though.
Let me see that.
Of course they did. Harrison, let him see that.
Thanks.
And that's really all they was worried about, was the money. Hey,
What
Buddy,
about done?
you're
It's
playing-
metal.
You can't play on glass with it.
It's metal. Give me some of those poker chips. You want to learn how to gamble?
Bro, I am on
Well,
set.
Buckwheat, just wrap it up with something.
Okay.
wrap it up.
Yeah. So what's your plan? So what's new for you? What's your plan?
62.
It's about over, bud.
Um,
How long you think you're gonna live to?
how long to live?
God damn.
What do you mean? Yeah.
Well,
You think you make it to? Well, you're 62. You think
my
you make
dad
it
and
to
my
80?
grandfather, my dad and grandfather, didn't make it. Okay.
How long?
Dad was 55, and I think his dad was 40.
Okay.
Not counting them two. The rest of the men
Not yet.
are all of them over 100.
100 years old? Oh, you still got a while. You got another 40
I would
years.
say I'll live to 100. Yeah.
You think
I
you'll
would
live
say
to
that
100?
too.
I haven't
Honestly,
been sick. I mean,
how much? Hey, how
I've been
much?
sick.
Be realistic, okay?
I've not been sick.
I'm not saying that. Be realistic. How much vodka you think you drink a day?
Well, it ain't the same every day.
Okay, average.
Average, gallon.
A
Oh
gallon
my god.
I've been
every
drinking
single
half one.
day?
I've been drinking half one.
You know, it don't what to do for you.
Tells my brain I don't give a shit. I've got pinched nerves in my neck and my back. You know, I'm not a 25-year-old quarterback. All right, I had an MRI on the field and been at the next game. And they don't want to do nothing.
You drink a gallon a day?
Probably.
I'm not kidding. I see him all the time, bro. I'm like, bro, you need to quit drinking. He's like, I'm like, you got a drinking problem. He's like, I do not have a problem drinking at all.
Not at all. I have a problem keeping a lid. I can't keep a lid for no. Whoa. I don't care what I'm drinking. Lid's gone.
Let's go.
No, I mean, seriously, it's gone. I can't find it.
What do you do with it?
I don't know.
What are you drinking right there?
Red pop.
Oh man.
That's what it is.
Um,
I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a big drinker.
what are you talking about?
I'm not a big
bro?
drinker. I didn't.
What are you talking about?
I didn't start drinking till Brian.
Would you like to have 2 million followers on the internet?
No.
Why?
Nobody follow me. No, I don't want none of that. No. You're talking about
Bring it
something
to me.
that's, no. That's crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. But, I mean, there's things you can do stupid and people follow you. I know that.
All right, guys. Catch you next week.
Yes, we are off.
Y'all have fun.